why Arthur Andersen could not do what Salomon Brothers did is this. Arthur Andersen is not a publicly held company like Salomon Brothers. Salomon Brothers has shareholders who don't care about management. The shareholders only care about their investment, and therefore they'll fire management and let management take care of itself. Arthur Andersen's management was the partners themselves. So the partners who owned Arthur Andersen and also managed Arthur Andersen, they couldn't agree to do anything other than the status quo, and the status quo was fight the government, and so they fought the government off of the cliff. But had Arthur Andersen's partners been able to unite and say, we're going to fall on our hands and knees, ask for forgiveness, allow the government to change us and regulate and cooperate with government, I believe that we would have 5 major accounting firms today, and Arthur Andersen would be one of them instead of the 4 that we have right now. And Sean says, the 9 most terrifying words in the English language are I'm from the government and I'm here to help. I understand. I acknowledge the comment, Sean. Now, I've said that sometimes it's not in the interest of the individual to cooperate with government, but it depends on the situation. David Duncan was the partner at Arthur Andersen who ran the Enron account. And David Duncan, as soon as he saw that the government was opening an investigation at Arthur Andersen, David Duncan decided to plead guilty. And he came forward and immediately apologized, and he said, I'll cooperate with the government, I'll tell the government whatever they want. And his guilty plea was interesting. He pled guilty on a condition, and he says, I agree that I'm guilty on the condition that Arthur Andersen is guilty. Well, Arthur Andersen actually had a very complex lawsuit. Arthur Andersen was convicted at the jury level. Arthur Andersen appealed all the way to the Supreme Court, and the Supreme Court said Arthur Andersen needed a new trial because of a technicality. There was no new trial because the government got what it wanted out of Arthur Andersen. Arthur Andersen had gone out of business as soon as it had the jury trial. However, David Duncan had negotiated a sweetheart deal. He says, I'll cooperate, I'll tell you whatever you want, I apologize, and he pled guilty on the condition that Andersen is guilty. Andersen, in a technical sense, was not guilty. Therefore, guess who walks a free man? David Duncan. David Duncan's guilty plea went away because the technicality made Arthur Andersen's guilty conviction go away. Thus, sometimes it does make sense for the individual to cooperate. Depends on the situation. I will tell in this section number 4 many tips, and the tips are going to be basically some suggestions on how to behave as a professional, how to have your enterprise behave in public, how to present yourself in legal proceedings for the purpose of establishing we're the good guys, we are not the bad guys. And thus, one of my tips is that ethical behavior starts at the top, and the executives set the tone for how the entire enterprise performs and how individual employees perform.